Hello, hello. So I've wanted to record this for a little while. There is a Happy New Year message from Square Enix that came out at the beginning of the new year. I wanted to react to it and give my thoughts on what I would like to see from Square and mostly Final Fantasy this year, 2025. And I'm a little late to the party because it's been 2025 for 15 days now. But let's go ahead and watch this and see what they got. My fiance got me Romancing Saga 2 for Christmas. That was one of the gifts she got me. I'm excited to play that. So I haven't played Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth yet because I parted with my PlayStation 5. So we'll talk about that once this is over. I don't particularly care for this kind of music. I kind of wish they would have just used any of the tracks from any of their games. Okay, so no like announcements or anything. It's mostly just like seemed to sort of like a recap from 20 2024. So I'm like trying to remember. It's like, yeah, it's not 2024 anymore. It's gonna be a while before that settles in. Um, I think my biggest wish list for this year in particular is I would love to see Final Fantasy 16 and 7 Remake and 7 Rebirth come to Xbox. It's Rebirth is about to come to PC or is already on PC. Um, so, like a lot of people make fun of me for being an Xbox guy. I mean, I got it right here. Um, and, I think both consoles have their strengths and weaknesses. PlayStation clearly has better exclusives for the most part. I think Xbox's best exclusive has always been Halo and Gears of War. Um, but I think for me, if I'm going to justify my choice, I guess, I've been an Xbox fan since I was a young teenager, and I have games from high school that I used to play with my brother. Then the backward compatibility is what has kept me coming back to Xbox, is being able to play Gears of War and Halo, um, and other games, and going into used game stores and being able to buy a wide variety of original 360 and Xbox One games and having them be backward compatible on this bad boy. Um, Obviously, it's not all games, but it's better than what PlayStation 5 has, which is zero games. Like I can't, for instance, take my PlayStation 1 copy of Final Fantasy 8 and stick it in a PS5 and be able to play it. Like I can't do that. But I can take Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns and put it in my Series X and be able to play it. I am a fan of used media and supporting stores like that, whether it be used video games or used movies. It's something that is a huge huge win for me. And yes, obviously the PlayStation 5 will be backwards compatible with the PS4, but you're also leaving out the 3, 2, and 1. And I feel like PlayStation could do it. I don't know why they don't. It might be to sell their subscription service, but Xbox has Game Pass, but yet they still have the backwards compatibility. People ask me like what it would take for me to, I guess, steer. I hate to call it an alliance because I'm not. I don't. I don't sell my soul to Xbox. I acknowledge that the Xbox One era was really, really rough, to put it lightly. But I don't like treating it like a sport. Whatever console you like, whether it be Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, you do you. So the Nintendo Switch is probably my favorite console of all time. But I had a PS5 for a little bit to play 16 and Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I just can't justify hanging on to two consoles that are like $500. I was like, so I resold the PS5 for a decent amount of money, and but who knows? Maybe the next generation I won't have a reason to upgrade to whatever the next Xbox is going to be, and I'll get a PlayStation 6 instead. It kind of depends on what they have to offer. If they offer backward compatibility with a ton of their titles, that'd be something I would definitely consider. But from Square, I think the biggest things I'd love to see this year, and I'll repeat it, is Final Fantasy 16, 7 Remake, and 7 Rebirth come to Xbox. As far as like new titles, what am I expecting? I don't think there's my cat. I don't think we're going to get any new Final Fantasy games. I could be wrong. I think we'll get some announcements. A lot of people have been speculating and hoping for a remake of Final Fantasy IX. Personally, I would rather we not get more remakes. I'd rather the franchise just move forward. It would be cool to get an announcement for Final Fantasy 17. But I'm trying to think. I think it was 4 years after Final Fantasy 15's release that we got a trailer for Final Fantasy 16, if I'm not mistaken. It was 3 or 4 years. So Final Fantasy 16 came out in 2022, so we might not get an announcement for Final Fantasy 17 until next year. But I would love for us to get something this year. Because that's what I'm more interested in, is like, what are they going to do next? Like with remaking older games, it's like you kind of know what to expect because it's been done already before. And, I'm fine with remaking games that are hard to access, like Haunting Ground. To play Haunting Ground, you got to pay like anywhere between $100 to $400 if you want a good copy for your PlayStation 2. But you can get the HD version of 12 on any of the 3 main consoles. So I don't see there, and it goes for 9 too, which is the one that is most likely going to be remade if the rumors are true. And I guess if they're going to do it anyway, just make it good. Final Fantasy VII Remake was great. But if I had to choose between the 7 Remake trilogy not existing and getting Final Fantasy 17, I'd choose 17 for sure. Because it's just like, I already have the ability to play 7 story. I mean, I think the remake is a good companion to the original. It's not a replacement or anything wild like that. It's strange because it is a very good game. So I guess if they're going to do it anyway, I would love for them to put the same amount of love and care into it. I guess a random request I would also have from Square is that I'd really love to see Dragon Quest X come to the States. I've been playing the Japanese version because it's only available in Japan. So all the text and dialogue is in Japanese. So that's been interesting to play. I think it would do fairly well over here. So that would be a nice thing to have is for Dragon Quest X to come to other places outside of Japan. But that's about it. Let me know what you think. What are you excited for this year as far as video games? It doesn't have to be Square Enix related or Final Fantasy related. Comment below. Let me know. Take care.